special day. We always got something that we're talking about on the podcast to, be able to give value to people. And that's the goal. Every time somebody listens to this podcast, the goal is always to make sure that they leave with this with something that they can, go ahead and use, right? We talk about like network marketing every so often on this podcast because that's where we come from. But we want to make sure that we give props to everybody in a bunch of different industries, doing their thing, especially young Black people who are doing their thing. And today is a special day because, we got somebody in the house that I've known for a little while now, got hella respect for. And, he's been doing his thing. He's so respected right now, in his field and what he does. And man, I could go on and on, but I want to definitely, give props to the man here on what episode is this? Episode 6? Okay, on episode 6 of the Jex podcast, obviously myself, Michael Jex, got my brother Gary Cowan here, but the man of the hour that we have on the podcast today is my brother, Mr. Q Banks. Q Banks, my man, yes sir. So Q is in the building, and we've been talking about a lot of stuff before these cameras been rolling. So, like my mind is almost like one. We've been talking about everything from like why there's no Rolexes in stores
First world problems. First world problems,
right? Why did Cardi buy her man a specific type of Lambo that he was kind of like capping on, but not really.
Cap.
This man is a car fanatic. We all like cars here too, but not only is he a car fanatic, he's got some of the dopest whips out there in the game. So, Q Banks, man, appreciate you coming through, bro. For real, man. Much love, man. Thank you for coming through. There's a lot to talk about. I guess I'll start with this. I know, Gary, you got some questions too. I want to start with, everybody knows Q. If you know him, right? I'll start with this. If you know Q, you know him because he's been killing the trading game for a little while now. And everyone, I would say in our demographic, young, Black, Spanish, coming from a certain area, everyone looks up to Q because, Q was someone who came from he had meager beginnings and then now is, just destroying this, trading industry. And not only is he doing well,
he's not only respected in his industry, but just the respect in terms of who you became, period.
For sure.
I appreciate that, definitely.
For sure. But he's teaching people how to do it as well too, so it's not only, him and his rise to where he is and where he continues to go because it's not stopping here, but he's teaching people how to, trade as well. Yeah. So I would say, my first question to you, Q, is, let's talk about the beginning. All right. We could get into the cars and all that stuff. I see my man, he was in
the fruits.
We talking about. I seen him on IG the last week. He was on vacation at Sandals, right? The Sandals was over the beach in Montego Bay. I saw it. It looked amazing, right? It looked great, bro. We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. But I want to know beforehand. Like I remember hearing about Q that worked at Target.
Yeah.
The beginning.
You see the famous picture. I've seen the picture.
Bro, trust me, like I look like malnourished out of it. Crazy.
Right. So let's talk about those days. Like the beginning days. What was it like when you first I would say number one got introduced to the idea
that world
of trading, and then also what was like your drive behind it? Let's go from there.
So I was already familiar with stocks. You know what I'm saying? So if you're already familiar with stocks, and you kind of know like the cousin is like Forex and like all the other assets and that kind of stuff. So it's like I understood this plus this equals profit. You know what I'm saying? So like when I first was introduced to it or even seen it like a person doing it and making some bread and everything, it wasn't even like that much. It was like $100 or $50. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just money though. Like money a lot more than what I was making on the daily. Right. And it was so intriguing because I'd have seen it started popping up all over the place on Facebook like in 2014. So that was when I was like, yo, like, how can I learn? And then the dude just was like, yo, like, listen, like this is what it is, this and that, this and that, this and that. I've been doing it for so and so amount of time. Back then, like now that I look back at it, a lot of people was like capping based off of like the amount of time that they were doing it, but at the same time, like at least that I was introduced to that world. You get me? And then, when I actually started like, I lost money first, which is kind of normal. I feel like
part of like the learning curve in a sense.
Yeah. But I didn't mind because like the same exact way on how I lose money, I could gain money. So I always thought about like no matter how much money I lose during this learning curve, I'm gonna keep on going, because at the same time, like, that's not gonna discourage me to, like, you know, quit, because at the same time I see that money can be lost, but money can also be gained based off of how I'm learning and the education behind the entire thing.
That's incredible.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah, the drive behind it is just I feel like I've always wanted to, like, you know, live a certain kind of lifestyle, or, like, you know, live out a certain kind of passions. You know what I'm saying? And, like, my passions are not cheap. You know what I'm saying? So
y'all gonna get into that. We'll get into that.
Somebody gotta afford it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, like, it's just it never really drove me away by, like, how difficult that it was or how complicated that it was. It was just saying that, like, it might take a while. I don't care how long it's gonna take. I personally, I wasn't even worried about the time frame of, like, how long it was gonna take. I was just so intrigued by the process of learning it, honestly.
Right.
And
so wait, I want to do not lose your thought.
No,
don't lose your thought. So I want to highlight that, right?
Yeah.
So he started to, like, learn about this industry, but I wanted to highlight what you just said. He was like, I didn't really necessarily worry about the time frame that it took to, like, get good at it.
Correct.
Like, how many people right now, because of I'm always going to blame social media for a lot of 100%. Stupid shit, right? But how many people right now they are expecting, like, this microwave result, right?
Instant gratification.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I want y'all to just hear that, like. He's extremely good at what he does, but it wasn't because he just said, okay, I'm going to roll out of bed today. Yeah. And if this doesn't work tomorrow, it's not it. Like, if this doesn't work in the next 5 weeks, this is not it. No, he put the time in, you know what I'm saying, to make it work. So
he also said he was interested in the process.
Yeah, like, I personally did not give two fucks about time as far as, like, how long it's going to take for me to get good. You know what I'm saying? Because the word good is very, like, you know, it's based on a person.
Correct. Yeah. Relative.
Yeah, but I just wanted to be good enough to be consistent at what I was doing, but at the same time, I didn't care about, like, okay, like, it was going to take me so-and-so amount of time to make $1,000 a day and that kind of stuff. Because at the time, like, there wasn't really much people to actually, that was around on social media at the time to, like, motivate me. But I had, like, one friend. Yeah, no. I had one friend at the time, my boy Eric, like, we don't even talk anymore. Actually, like, he just, you know, is a family man now, but at the same time, like, back then, like, he's the only person that I knew, like, back in 2014, 2015 that was hitting, like, you know, 10K days and 20K days. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? You know?
Right.
And then now that I look back at it, I'm like, bro, like, listen, he was way ahead of the curve. You know what I'm saying? Like, mindset wise was way different. But at the same time, that kind of showed me that my platform wasn't broken. You know what I'm saying? Because some people think that, like, you know, their platform is broken in a sense, like, it can't pass a certain number. Like, listen, that shit could keep on going.
Right.
Like, the profit can keep on going higher and higher. 10K, 20K, 30K, 40K, 50K. I'm up like 20K like right now as we speak.
Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, but it's like, it keeps on going. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I feel like if you just stop thinking about the fact that it might take a while and that kind of stuff, like, you could actually enjoy the process even more. I was
about to ask that, because I'm like, was there anybody around, as you answer that was making you think it could be done in a time frame? Because now on social media, everybody has the before and after.
Yeah.
And at times, it seems like at the time, there was nobody that kind of put pressure on you that you should be doing this and having results at this certain time. Like, in our industry, people hear a lot about time. They did it in 2 years, 3 years, so everybody wants to put a time frame on their failures. At that time, besides Eric, was there anybody that gave you the idea of, like, you should be good at this amount of time?
I never really gravitated to those people that were like that. I feel like.
Oh, you said it. A lot of them was capping.
Yeah, like, because I'm all about results. Like, if you're saying that you're making so money, then I expect you to be showing so and so and so and so. You know what I'm saying? If you're saying that you're making, let's say, like, $1 million, $2 million a year and everything else, why are you driving a Corolla?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, things don't really add up. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I always looked at that. No matter how materialistic it might look or like might sound, you have to be, you're going to upgrade your life in some kind of way.
Lifestyle changes.
Something's going to change.
I agree.
And that's what it is. Like, no matter how, let's say, conservative that you might be, something is going to change, bro. Come on. Something?
You know what's funny is that, like, that's such a crazy thing, because I agree with you 1,000%, right? But it's also, if you like, there's people in other circles where I say, let's just be direct, like, there's white folks that will probably, you know, feel or think a different way about that, but I think, you know, just coming from our culture, it is, you know, it's important to, like, okay, if we've got some sort of financial gains from what we're doing.
Show it.
We have to show a little bit of it.
Something.
Right? You got to show a little bit of it. And I think I'm happy that you brought up that point, because sometimes, you'll see, first of all, like the meme culture be getting me so tight, so much, because you'll see, there's just one meme that every time it floats around, I see it, I'm like, this is so stupid. Like, you'll see a picture of Bill Gates and what's the other guy, Warren Buffett.
Yeah.
And
no Gucci in sight.
No Gucci in sight, or right, not looking like $1 million, but worth billions of dollars. Yo,
they're fucking nerds.
They're different. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, why people are comparing, a younger 20 some odd, 30 some odd person with these 70-year-old white folks, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, they come from a different place. But I just brought that up because
but even before they were 70 years old, listen, they were nerds.
Exactly. That's who they were.
That's the main point. Like, they're literally nerds. Like, that's what they are. Like, even in their younger days, like, they were always nerds. It's not as if they were hip and swaggy. You know what I'm saying? Like, they were never that.
They didn't have to hold back.
No, listen. Like,
I want the chain, but I'm gonna hold back because I'll be a conservative.
Right.
As our culture, we like, shine a little bit. You know
exactly.
Nice clothes. You know what I'm saying? Watch it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just like nice things. It could be a car. It could be a watch. It could be a house. It could be whatever. Right. We just like nice things, but they're super conservative to the point that they just wear Walmart clothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just
right, because they come from
swag.
Right, they come from like a different. There's just a different
era.
They're just their roots are just different. You know what I'm saying? They didn't grow up in an era where they wanted to look a certain way.
Correct.
And now, mind you, there's always a balance with everything, because none of us are here are also going to tell you that you need to go broke to look a certain way either.
100%.
Right, of course. And we're not saying that, but we're just saying that, if you are, doing okay and you come from our culture, it's okay to show some of the fruits of your labor.
Enjoy the stuff that you always wanted when you was a kid, man.
You know what's like an important thing from that too? Like, let's say now you're making over $100,000 a month, right? Mm-hmm. It's nothing to you to spend $1,000 on like a jacket or like a pair of shoes. It's not going to hurt you. It's not going to affect you. So it's like those things are going to get upgraded without you even knowing it. Like, your taste is just going to have like a different kind of taste in your mouth for more fancier stuff, but it's not going to hurt you. It's not going to affect you.
Right. Like, especially if you're...
It's funny because I remember when Mike and his mans back in the day, his mans, they first got their Rolex. Yeah. And it was like, those 30-something thousand. I was like, y'all fucking dickheads. I'm not spending my yearly salary on no damn $30,000 watch. But at that time, $30,000 was a yearly income for me rather than a monthly. Yeah. So I understand what you're saying. The $1,000 now is like 100 to you back in the day.
100%.
It changes because I was like, y'all fucking dickheads. I'm not buying no fucking Rolex.
Bro, because...
And then I made mine like, shit, I bought a Rolex.
$30,000, right?
Whenever I show like my old pay stubs from Target, like on Instagram and something like that, it's like I'm literally making $300 and something every 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Check that out, bro.
So it's like...
Check that out.
But like, I look back at that, I'm like, God damn, like I was, it was rough. But at the same time, like, I just had to kind of deal with what I was going through. Like, obviously I couldn't afford certain things, but at the same time, like, as you're making more, like, your taste for certain things,
of course,
naturally just gonna be more because it's gonna affect you less.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what's funny too?
You take worry about how you survived though for that.
Facts. Oh my god damn, like that's like going out twice now. Like what? You know what I'm saying? Right.
You know what's crazy? Your taste changes figuratively. Mm-hmm. Because in every aspect, right? Mm-hmm. Your taste changes and your taste change. Could you still eat at Applebee's?
I could still.
Yeah, I'm gonna be real. I can't.
I still could.
I dead can't. Yo, I can't eat at Applebee's. I can't eat at no fuck. What's the other shit, Sean? What's like Applebe's? There's Applebe's Fridays. I can't. It's over. It's over.
Have a steak at Denny's,
son. It's over. Look. Yo,
I haven't ate at those places. I haven't ate at those places, but I could eat at a restaurant like that. But I mean, it's not like my go-to.
Yeah, no.
I would, I'm not gonna stress over it too much.
You know what? Let me rephrase. I don't even know if I would want to go on one of them damn restaurants because I like food too much. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna walk in and be like, nah, y'all violating me. Y'all violating me right now. I can't get the Fridays riblets or whatever, Applebee's riblets or whatever. I can't fuck with this shit. Nah, man. We gotta go do something else.
The last place I ate at was Ruth Chris though.
Roof tray, okay.
I'm saying it's straight.
He's all straight. Look, it's all right.
It's like one level up from, you know, Applebee's and everything. Or two levels up.
Roof Chris is fire.
Upper class Applebee's.
Yeah, no, hell no, bro. It's not. It's Roof Chris is way higher. It's like
higher than Applebee's.
Way higher than Applebee's.
Roof Chris was a birthday flex.
Yeah, hold on, it still is. Listen,
anniversary.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
if you go to Roof Chris with 4 people and y'all order food with drinks, your bill is $600. Like so.
That's about calculated.
500, yeah. That's yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like back in the day when you have one of those dinners, not even the calculators. What starts happening is you start looking at the receipt. Yo, what you got?
What you got on it?
What did you? Now what you order? You ordered what?
Cash and no tip. Like just
what you order? Let me just.
Oh God, I feel bad.
Yeah.
Man.
But those are some of the things that we before hitting, you know what I'm saying, and doing well financially, right? You kind of got to go through. But yeah, man. Like let's talk about you just mentioned a bunch of different things right now. Let's give because I know people who are watching, they're probably super fans of yours and they understand the trade game, things of that nature. Let's talk about some of that stuff. Like right now, if you're brand new and somebody wanted to trade, what was if they saw your Instagram, they're super inspired, they like how you move, they want to be like you, like what's some of the first steps you would give somebody?
Scroll back. Mm-hmm. Don't watch my most recent shit.
Yeah, the highlights.
You're seeing shit from after like 6 years of grinding every single day. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because I was in traffic like just now in the pista actually, and
let me pause. His Ferrari 488 Pista is sitting outside right now, disrespecting the entire parking lot right now. Entire parking lot. But go ahead.
So I'm in traffic and everything at a light. The guy next to me on the left-hand side, he's like, yo, nice car. His girl's inside the passenger seat. And then I'm like, yo, thanks, bro. You know what I'm saying? And he drive up. His girl was like, yo, back the fuck up. Yo, what do you do?
There you go.
I'm like, yo, I fuck with her because it's not about nice car thing. Yo, she said, how did you get that? I'm like,
right. But it's funny.
No, it's dope. No.
See, I'm the kind that question would almost rub me the wrong way.
No, but look,
the way how she said
I thought about it, and I was like, you know what, like, yo, she's probably like really interested. I was like, yo, nah, like, it's what I do. Like, I'm a. Right.
So she came at you in a way that you felt like, I was like, oh, she's really interested in what it is that I do. Not more so like, you shouldn't have that car. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't like that.
I was gonna say why, because I'm black.
Yo, I've experienced that. Bro, I've experienced that. I'm gonna tell you a story where I experienced that shit. This was, early in the network marketing days. I'm doing a presentation on 14th Street in Midtown in Manhattan. We're from New York. So, at this, mind you, this is before like all the cars too. Yeah. I had a BMW 5 Series. Yeah. I had a 535. It was a year model, right? It was like I forgot what year we were in, but it was that year. Yeah. And I just finished the presentation, and I get to my car. And the presentation was done at like maybe 8:30 p.m. Yeah. So in Manhattan during that time, that's when everybody's leaving their happy hour sessions. So there was a little group of like 3 white boys in their little suits, and they're walking across the street. I'm getting out of my parking spot. We park in the street, right, and on the side of the sidewalk in New York. I'm getting out of the parking spot, and these 3 white boys, I could tell, they just finished up their happy hour. They're walking across the street. I'm coming out the parking spot. They're walking in front of me. One of them looks into the car and was like, you can't afford that car. And I mean, this is also early personal development. I don't gotta go into that and stuff like that. Yeah. But my reaction to always stuff like that is, park, seatbelt off, out the door. Like there's not an argument back and forth. I don't see 3 guys to 1 no. It's blackout. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And the moment it was like it registered that he said that, it took a few seconds. I was like, I'm gonna fuck him up. And I started to get out the car. His 2 homeboys were like, no, bro, he didn't mean that. He was just playing. He didn't mean that. So I'm saying I experienced something like that where somebody said something to me, but it was way more derogatory than what you experienced.
No. Yeah. I had something kind of like that too. Like I was at the gas station in the yellow Lambo getting gas.
Which kind of Lambo was that?
That's the Lamborghini SV LP 750.
Look, he says it's so low. So LP 750. It's one or two that you have, right?
I said the yellow one because I have a black one too. You know what I'm saying? It's just 2 of them. Oh my God. But I was getting gas and everything. He was like, nice car, man. I was like, thanks, man. It's always being nice. Mm-hmm. He's like, but that's not yours though. I'm like, bro, are you dumb? I'm like, bro, are you dumb? I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then, and then he was like, yeah, man, I'm nice car, this and that, because he never knew like how to respond to that. But I'm like, people will just be people because they see age, they see color, they see all that stuff. At the same time, they don't know like what you do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To even like afford that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. But I don't even take it too offensive all the time, honestly, because
for sure.
People are just,
Yeah. People, they just don't know what they don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I can't blame them.
They don't know. And a lot of times that's really just a reflection of their mind.
Correct.
Like, in his mind, he probably couldn't even see himself ever owning one of those kind of cars. Right. It's not even in their, all they're probably thinking about right now is how I'm going to pay my, T-Mobile bill at this weekend. And that's it. Like, it doesn't go past that. But, were you about to ask something?
Nah. Yeah.
But that's why, like, I believe in like every single person I come across, even like at a restaurant or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, bless them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Bless people. You know what I'm saying? Take the bill. $200 tip, $300 tip. Like, just bless them. Like, just something that they wouldn't even think about getting on like a regular day. Because I feel like if you come in, if you came from a certain place, right, and then you're in a position that money is just like now just a tool. Any person that you come across and everything else that could actually benefit from, your presence in any kind of way, bless them.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And that's what I'm doing, honestly, because at the same time, like, it makes a person just feel great, but at the same time, it's great to see a person's reaction just from that. To you, it might not be much, but at the same time, to them, it might be everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which is a big thing to me right now.
That's big, man. Yeah. That's big. So, I think that's also something that people miss out, right? When they think about that, that dream of having more and doing more, that sometimes they may forget that it's not only about, and here's the reason why I'm saying what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
A lot of times, people will have a dream or goal or desire to just, live a better life.
Correct.
But during that process, you're learning how to really also bless other people too. If you're dedicated to have that better life. Yeah. What he's describing right now is, he's in a position where he's living a blessed life. We all live a blessed life in some way, shape, or form. Definitely. He's living a blessed life where he's reaping the fruits of his labor, but he's also now finding different ways to be able to pay that forward. You know what I'm saying? 100%. So that's important. So like, when people are looking at you, you say, look back. Like a brand new person that, just recently found you, inspired by you. You said, look back. Let's look back before the fruits of the labor. Let's look back before the cars and everything like that. And they're going to find, your beginnings to where you started. What's some other things that you could tell someone that want to get into what you do and put them on the right path? So it's maybe like an action thing that they can do. What's something they can do like today?
Like when it comes to trading, I always say, it's like, if you know nothing about it, like 0%, like everything just like brand new, just go on like some free sites, like go on YouTube and that kind of stuff, or go on babypips.com. Stuff like that will get you, it wouldn't give you a trading style, which actually makes you make money, but it'll give you like terminology and that kind of stuff. Things that you could use for like to understand platforms and the overall fundamental of like what is trading and like how profit is made and that kind of thing. Gotcha. Just so when you get on a platform that teaches you on how to actually develop a trading style, you're more familiar and not gonna have like that much issue versus a person that pretty much doesn't have those previous knowledge before getting onto that kind of platform.
There's like a basic style. There's a basics in terms of fundamentals, and there's a style that's the money maker when you learn.
Correct. Yeah, because
like playing ball.
Yeah.
Basics,
like you can know, okay, do this to shoot, like this to shoot, but not this to shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like to throw the ball and shoot. You know how to do certain things, but at the same time, you don't know how to do it with style.
Would you say that's the reason why we see so many people are like trading now, but ain't shit happening? Like,
because they like I always get this right, like I could learn that on YouTube for free, this and that. Then go fucking ahead, bro. Have fun. Let's see how it goes. I'll hit you up in a year and let's see your progress. Right. Let's see. Versus having a platform that's fully organized based off of personal experience to actually make sure that your workflow and your order flow and how you're learning all these concepts is pretty much organized in a way that you could actually develop a certain style versus having everything all over the place. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
That would have been my question, because I'm like, there's a lot of people doing it now. Let's say I was interested. I'm like, all right, well, why are so many people losing at it? compared to people who are now like not making it?
Rushing, not taking time to actually understand and understand the overall concepts of trading and understand all the aspects that you have to fully be, let's say, knowledgeable in a sense. Like with me, like it's like about 8 to 9 different concepts that you have to be really sufficient in to actually be a good trader in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of those people, like I met with one guy in Jamaica and everything, like, and he was like, yo, like I have this trading style, this and that. I make okay money, but out of those 9 things that I was even explaining to him at that point, he was only doing one of those 9 things. I'm like, bro, if that's what you want to do, go ahead. But at the same time, like that's not gonna get you those $100,000, $200,000, $500,000 days and that kind of shit. It's not gonna happen if you're going about it based off of even just being knowledgeable about those 1 out of 9 things. You know what I'm saying? Right, cool. It might make you money.
And he ain't telling y'all shit.
Nah.
I want none of those 9 things right now. We gonna ask him what that is.
Yeah.
You gotta hit him for that.
But it's like you can make, like $20 here, $30 here, but to make, 6-figure type of profits, bro, you have to fucking know more. Yeah. You have to know more, but know on how to use those things that you're learning. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
It's not saying that like, all these let's say if you're playing ball and you're studying these 25 different players, they all have a different playing style and everything else. You're only gonna get so far, you know what I'm saying? Versus having like a person that pretty much, has a style that you comprehend the most and you're the most comfortable with and pretty much learn based off of that.
So would it be easy? Not use that word easy. Would it be good? Would you suggest for someone to really get good at the fundamentals of understanding like how to trade, for them to then maybe learn like the styles afterwards? Because if we compare it to basketball, for example, right? If somebody's gonna be, I compare life to basketball, which is weird. Everything in life.
Telling Glass, his style not gonna be my style.
So when we look at like, if somebody can understand the fundamentals of shooting a jump shot, of understanding the fundamentals of how to play defense, the fundamental of dribbling the basketball,
correct.
Then from that point, they can start to create their own style in a sense.
And then look over.
Correct, exactly. How they gonna cross over, how they gonna pull up for the jump shot. Correct. You know what I'm saying?
That's a style.
How they dunk the ball. It's all like a style, right?
Style, yep.
So would you say like people just gotta really understand the fundamentals first of trading? Yeah. Then like explore the styles.
It's like a person just hearing about basketball for the first time and watching N1. You know what I'm saying? I want to do this and this and this. Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's a great analogy, bro. That is a fucking great analogy. Absolutely.
Going straight into N1. Like, how do I do a slip and slide? Like, like just all that. Like, they're not worried about how do I dribble. You know what I'm saying? They want to know the advanced stuff. So I feel like, right. Understand that, like, like it's a learning curve. Like, you have to just be patient with the learning curve. Like, why do you think in first grade they don't teach you about calculus and that kind of stuff?
Correct.
You have to pretty much build up to pretty much understand all the fundamentals to build up to understand calculus and that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Correct. So I feel like everything in life, especially like when it comes to a skill set, you have to, go through that order flow to pretty much make things make sense easier, like when it comes to that entire flow of things.
Gotcha.
But if you just try to jump from A to Z or A to M, it's not going to work out too much because you're missing so many different factors that can help you.
Gotcha.
When you're deeper into
and that's where the time frame comes in, where it's taking time to learning and understanding.
But you don't care about the time though.
Right.
But you just know that. Right. But you just know that you're trying to learn it.
Exactly.
That's it.
Here's a lot of respect.
Correct.
Why I have so much respect for Q. I'm gonna tell you why. Because he's not gonna say it, but I will. I'm gonna say it for him. Like, not one time has he mentioned that you can learn from him. He has a course and he could teach you how to trade. I get to see that kind of tells a lot about a person right there. It's like, he can use this platform, which I'm gonna be real. You could definitely use this platform to promote what you got going on. Cause I fuck with you like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, for sure. But I'm gonna say it for him. Like, if somebody wanted to learn how to trade, like, he's not even saying that. Like, that goes to show, like, the type of person that he is, and really the type of value you'll probably get if you did reach out to him and then use his format to go ahead and learn how to trade. So,
because like, I feel like I've grown so past that as far as like trying to like brand like myself and everything. Like, it's a lot of people that's coming up now as far as like that's learning from other people and that kind of stuff, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But at the same time, like, as you get deeper and deeper and deeper into it and that kind of stuff, like, yo, listen, like, I make money on the charts, bro. If you want to enroll, cool, enroll, go ahead, have fun. You know what I'm saying? I'll definitely benefit you, of course. But at the same time, like, I'm not going to force, I don't convince. It's all on the person. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of the fact, I'll be okay.
Right.
So I had that triggered two questions for me.
Yeah.
That triggered, because like you say, he makes money on the charts. And there's a lot of people who they make it seem as they're making money in the charts, but that's not where it's coming from.
Which is a common thing, yeah.
And I also want to know, well, who mentors Q?
Personally, like, when it came down to it, like, I never had a mentor. As far as like how I'm a mentor to my students, I never had that. Like, as far as like, yo, do this, do this, do this. Oh, yo, let's get on a call.
So where does your direction and motivation comes from?
Like, I spoke to Jex about this like a while back. Self-motivated, bro. Self-motivated. Like, I always say, like, if you plan on going this route of entrepreneurship, you have to have a vision for yourself. You have to pretty much understand like how you want to live it in the lifestyle that you want to live. Like, if you could actually close your eyes or dream vividly and see yourself living a certain kind of way, and like that dream or like that like vision never really goes plain or anything like that, or fades in any kind of way, then you could, you know, build your life to that. But at the same time, like, I never had that one-on-one type of mentorship. I've had friends that were doing good that I used to reach out to actually give me certain tips, like my homeboy Eric that I was talking about. Also, the biggest thing that he had told me, he was like, bro, like, stop being a bitch. Like, you know
gotta always have friends that keep it 100 like that.
Yeah,
you gotta have
somebody around you saying,
just keep it 100.
Fucking around.
I'm that friend, just by the way. Like, I'm definitely that friend that's always gonna keep it a buck. Sean hit me up early and said, yo, I'm on a meeting. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna fuck this nigga up. Yeah, called him early, he ain't pick up. He said, yo, the man, so I got something for this nigga.
I was saying, he said stop being a bitch, because I was asking, I was like, yo, bro, like, I feel like I'm stagnant, this and that, but like, do you think I'm being greedy, like, if I try to like reach for this kind of profit and that kind of stuff? He's like, nah, bro, like, you're just outgrown it. You know what I'm saying? So like, what about like me just trying to, like, I'm thinking about, I'm throwing in like 5K in my account, and this was back in 2015. I'm thinking about throwing like 5K in my account, and at the time, like, I only had like about 7K in my account. So I'm like, 5K, we're going all in. You know what I'm saying? We're going all in. So I'm like, yo, bro, I'm thinking about like, you know, throwing 5K in, and he's like, yo, bro, stop being a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Lock the fuck up, you know what I'm saying? Like, because at the same time, like, that's gonna make you more comfortable on the charts, knowing that you have more capital to play with, and you don't have to be so frugal and everything, like when it comes to certain losses.
You started 2014?
December 2014. November or December 2014, I think.
Early on, you was like, I'm gonna get in this shit.
Dude, there's money to be made, man. Like, it doesn't take me much to understand concepts, you know what I'm saying? I understand that in trading terms, pips times lot size equals profit.
Say that one more time.
Pips times lot size equals profit. As far as pips, meaning that the moving from one price point to another price point, times the lot size, which is the overall volume of that certain order, equals the amount of profit that you can make off that certain order.
Got it.
So that alone, I understood, which means that the better that I get, I could actually gain more pips on a certain trade, which means that if I'm precise enough and like my lot size is good enough based off like my level of precision and whatnot, I could actually use a higher lot size, which means overall more profit at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
So as you mentioned the word capital, you know, do you feel like a lot of people also, they be penny pinching on their stuff, why they can't see that big result? Because I keep hearing that. And I've met some people who they make some money from it. They do it on a day-to-day basis. They make enough to make a living, but they're not cute. Like, yeah, why is they scared to risk it?
I feel like they're definitely scared to risk it because like they even have companies and everything that actually, you know, fund people and that kind of stuff. And I'm like, personally, I salute to those companies, but at the same time, like, I never
wait. So explain. There's companies that would fund your account.
Like fund it, but there's a lot of,
it's like a loan in a sense.
Sort of in a sense, but they give you money, but at the same time, it's not as if you have full access to that money. Like,
got it.
It's super like low leverage. Like, you can't really lose too much a day, that kind of thing, or else they'll ban the account type shit.
Shit.
But it's like with me, like, I never had that opportunity back then because those kind of things weren't even around. You know what I'm saying? So like, I had to just like use on what I had, which I feel like using with what you have, you develop so much more character along the entire way versus being given a certain amount of capital and everything to play with, knowing that like in reality that's not your shit. You know what I'm saying? So like knowing that I had my capital to play with the entire time, it wasn't much, but at the same time it was just enough to pretty much make something out of it. And like I always say that because the person I was talking to in Jamaica, actually, I was telling him like, yo, bro, like, you don't really need much. Like, I did multiple accounts from like $1,000 to like $70K, $1,000 to $75K in a week type shit. You know what I'm saying? I did $1,500 to $35K in a week back in 2016.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So like, you don't need a lot of money to make a lot of money. You just have to have a fucking skill and have a fucking knowledge to pretty much be able to finesse that skill set to actually make capital happen. You know what I'm saying? So like, you don't need the like hundreds of thousands of dollars. You just need to have more skill than anything else.
You like skip the
skill and style. Yeah,
you like skip the Malua trading now. You like
skip to Malua. Yeah. That's
So
classic. Yeah.
So if we saying let's give the people, I say, if we can, 2 to 3 maybe skill sets that they should have, right? So would you say one of these skill sets would be like paying attention to the economy or something like that? Like let's give them like one.
Okay, so
1 to 3.
Like when it comes to that, like I feel like if you're on the charts as you should be, you're already going to be one step ahead of the economy. You know what I'm saying? As far as like even like when Trump got elected, like back then and everything else, if you pretty much understood like the kind of guy that he was and everything, he's more okay, cool. Like based on him being a businessman, shoot the fuck up, right? But then on the backside, you have people, you know, like hating that kind of stuff, and then eventually fall. So like that, like if you just understood those concepts alone, you could have caught those certain moves on the charts based off of just understanding the kind of person that, you know, he is. But that...
So that right there, pause. Don't lose your thought. Look, y'all can't be out here on the shade room all day.
24/7, oh God.
24/7, right? Looking at baller report.
Not affecting the charts.
Right. Looking at what Offset doing and what, you know, Cardi is doing. That's not going to help you on the charts. Okay? Just want to throw that out there. Go ahead, man.
And I mean, it might sound crazy, but at the same time, like, you know, I feel like the biggest thing that makes a person even get through those rough patches and that kind of shit to even get to that certain point that you're making a good amount of money is that you have to fall in love with the craft. You know what I'm saying? The craft, because, you know, a person might think like, oh yeah, like, you know, they might trade like once a week and that kind of stuff, but like you will never get anywhere by trading just like once a week and just even like being on it once a week, or even like trying to get better at a certain skill set like once a week. You got to be fucking in love with this shit, on it, because even like, you know, and everything else, if you want to actually go to a point that you're making good money, you have to like fall in love with the process. Give it a couple months of every single day.
Absolutely.
10,000 hours, that kind of concept.
At least, bro.
Yep.
And then I promise you would fucking fall in love with it and not want to fucking stop trading. You know what I'm saying? So definitely like have a passion for it. Like make it a hobby first, but that hobby will turn into a passion once you pretty much fully understand the concept of it, honestly.
I like that.
Yeah, that's
so
dope.
So just make it a hobby first, and then that hobby will 100% of the time turn into a fucking passion.
That's dope. Yeah, definitely making sure that you kind of at least understand what's going on with the world.
Correct.
Understanding that you got to fall in love with it. Make sure this is not just a hobby. It's more than that. That's dope, because people, you know, they will go into it now, you know, if they're brand new, understanding at least a little bit of the dedication they would need in order to go ahead and have some sort of results.
Yeah.
What was your biggest trade, like, did you earn in one trade? What was the most you earned in one trade, for example?
In one trade, actually, well, in one particular trade setup overall, I had floating profit. I mean, it's on my IG.
What's your IG? Just put it out. We're going to have it out there.
At Qbanks.
At Qbanks.
CUEBANKS. But if you go on my Instagram and go on my highlights, it says record trade or something like that. I had like floating profit like 700,000 type shit. But my biggest week was like the other week. I had made $1 million and 100,000 in like a week.
So 1.1 million in 1 week.
Yeah.
And that was like in one trade? Like
No.
It was just pretty much the accumulation of like what you were doing throughout the week.
Of the entire week, actually.
Gotcha.
And that was like literally like my
That's incredible.
My record as far as like week wise. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like back in 2016, like my record for trading was a 30K week, which is back then, listen, I'm celebrating like it's a fucking $1 million week.
Right, exactly.
Still, regardless of that.
Exactly.
And
$1 million. Hold on. Let me just $1 million.
Thank you.
1 million. Right.
And if you go on like my other page where I only post like my profits, which is Currency Geek, you see only profits there, and then you'll see the $1 million week list there.
So what was the biggest month you say you'd have?
Biggest month? I mean, I've done like over $500,000 in like a month and everything, like multiple times and everything on average. Honestly.
Got you.
But the biggest week was like this past week.
Right. So for example, for you, if you had a week like that, would you kind of almost take like the rest of the month off in a sense? Would you just kind of vibe? Because here's what the reason why I asked, because I remember there was one time when we had linked up one time, I was laughing because I remember you had a great week. Yeah. I believe it was a week, and you were showing in your grade like, yo, I'm turning this off. Like you went and turned your computer off. Look, it's off. It's done. I'm done. So when you have a good week or a good spur like that, would you just kind of like lay off for a little bit and just kind of?
It's like how Kobe said, like, yo, listen, like like Kobe, like, why aren't you smiling though? Like the work's not done. The job's not done. It's still more work to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you have a good amount of profit by like, let's say Tuesday or some shit, like, listen, you still have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. You know what I'm saying? Like, so just don't make those extra days and everything just go to waste. You know what I'm saying? You can still keep on going and make that week even incredible. That's what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like, if I have like a good week or a good month, the only time that I really take off is really in December, which is like this month mainly, because it's holidays. I don't want to be stressed out and lose a shit ton of money on holidays. You know what I'm saying? I want to ball out. Like after that middle week, I literally just like stop. I withdrew all my funds and everything, and pretty much just like I balled out. Like I did everything to kind of like spread the wealth. Some charities, my family, just presents, everything to kind of just like enjoy the holidays.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah. Right. You just came back from vacation. Yeah. Right. You seen Silver running around, but she like a Jamaican resident now. But I said no. She spent a lot of time in Jamaica.
She's still there, actually.
Silver's daughter is like the most adorable thing in the world. No joke. One time when they go eat at Houston's, like she looks like she's a little doll. Like she's so adorable, man.
A lot of personality. What inspired that name?
It's funny because I thought about that name like back in 2014, because I was like, yo, listen, like I want a daughter first. It's not her name's gonna be Silver and Black. This and that. Like so.
So you already had that,
bro. Listen,
so
when I found out that I was having a girl, listen, like I was ecstatic. You know what I'm saying? That was dope. So
that's dope. That's dope. That's crazy. Man, there's a lot. Like there's a lot of shit. We covered a lot, man. What's your platform that people can learn from? Because you mentioned cause before we even talked about your platform, and people can obviously jump on his page, and I know on the YouTube link we'll definitely give up his information where you can find his education course. What's like some of the things that you think people should avoid when trading, or what they should look out for, be mindful of?
Get off of social media, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like what you're seeing on social media a lot of times is, especially like following people that has been inside the game and everything else, like follow them for more different reasons than the reasons as to why you're starting to trade, in a sense. Because I feel like people that just get on my Instagrams from even finding out about me today, like they're gonna see Lambos, they're gonna see Ferraris, they're gonna see this, they're gonna see that, they're gonna see flights, they're gonna see trips, they're gonna see this. Yeah. They're seeing a lot, but they're seeing that based off of 6 years of grind. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it's like, follow a person that is pretty well. Let's understand that, like, if you go on those people pages, like, you're gonna get kind of sidetracked to like not really understand what had to be done to get to that certain point. Correct. You know what I'm saying? So like you're gonna think like, damn, like I can have all this by next week. You know what I'm saying? Like right. That's what they're gonna think. So like they're not gonna think about like, damn, like how long it really took to actually get to it. You know what I'm saying?
No, so they're gonna go straight. People that really think that,
I'm gonna bust these 2 trades. Yeah. I'm gonna beat me a pistol after these 2 trades right here.
They're gonna put in their 2 weeks tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm out. Like, listen, y'all don't understand. You see this? I'm done.
Trade. I got my account. I'm quit.
I just downloaded MetaTrader on my phone. I'm quitting. That's it. I'm done.
And listen, and I know people that have done that though. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just like, they're literally over their job like that next day type shit. Like,
correct.
You know what I'm saying? Which is, by all means, I don't blame you. Right, you know what I'm saying? Because your mindset is going to change once you understand that, like, yo, this shit can change everything for you. But at the same time, like, you have to just be patient with understand that, yo, this is a whole new fucking world.
Right.
This is a whole new world. It's a whole new language. This is a whole new everything. So you have to just understand that, yo, this is, if you find out about it, keep your job. because it's gonna take time. It's gonna take a lot of personal development. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
a lot of emotional control.
Right.
All that shit to actually be able to get to a certain point to actually make a good amount of profit. Honestly.
As you said, what triggers that? What opened your mind to that world that it's possible? I mean, I know you say you had dreams, as we all do, because like we said, from our environments, we know there's other ways of living. But what brought you into that world of like, personal development? It's possible. This is what I can go after. What you think was?
We live in fucking Miami, bro. You don't see this shit around.
I mean, I just got it.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, you gotta listen because
you're right.
I used to look around like, yo, listen, like, how did that person get that kind of car? How did that person live in that kind of condo? Like, how does that person live like this? Like, it's a way. You know what I'm saying?
You would be so surprised, though, Q, how many people who's from here who don't think like that.
Bro,
because when we come here, and that's the event. How the fuck did you live here?
But remember, I came from a country that what inspired me, like what I was in love with first was 18-wheelers. Big trucks. You get me? Like, that's what I was into first. So when I came to America and everything, like, I'm seeing everything is different. I could see the cars that I'm playing on a video game back in Jamaica and everything else. Now I'm seeing it in real life. So that's gonna motivate the fuck out of me and everything.
Exactly.
Like, yo, like, listen, like, this is where it's at.
You wasn't getting off that target check.
You just triggered something again. Look, son. So here's the deal. I know they got some people from Florida that's right now from me. It's gonna get tight what I'm about to say. He just answered a question that I kind of had. I always, because I knew it, but then for some reason just didn't put two and two together. Q ain't from here. Yeah. From Jamaica.
Yeah, no problem.
He lives here now.
Yeah.
That's where the drive is from.
Yeah,
yo, 0%. It's so hard for me to being in network marketing. We run around we meet a lot of people. Bruh, everybody I feel like who's from here are the most undriven motherfuckers on planet Earth.
Goddamn.
No joke, bro. Like, yeah, that hurt. No. But it's true. Yeah. I hope somebody in Florida hears me and say, I'm gonna change that. I'm not saying that to just rub you the wrong way. Yeah. I'm saying that so that you can say, you know what, that has to change. Because I really feel that way. I'm like, yo, no. There's no way. There's like, you can't be from, and that's really it because I know that already, but it just kind of clicked just now, like, oh, that's why, he's from Jamaica, and he came over here. You know what I'm saying? When I speak to Dion, for example, he's from LA. That's what Dion is from. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's actually that way. So it's just weird, every time I meet people down here in Florida, they're good people, but the drive meets like a maximum because I think it's so nice down here in Florida, and you don't really have to deal with much. The weather's always good. There's a hurricane that comes every 6 years. There's no potholes. There's nothing you got to do. The sun is December is like it's the best time to be out here. Palm trees, all this stuff. Why do I have to work hard? I don't have to work hard. You know what I'm saying? So it's rare when you find somebody from down here that has like this inner drive because everything from birth kind of like no joke. That's why I'm a part of me. I have to send my kids to boot camp in Brooklyn for like about 5 years or so they can know what it's feel like to be in a hard situation, and then they appreciate more. They can appreciate this stuff. Right. One question I did have for you too is like, because there's so many different ways where people can learn social media, learn through, because you mentioned that. You said you got to get off social media sometimes because you can see certain things that won't necessarily help your
hinder you in a sense.
Your journey, right, in this process. There's also, because when it comes to social media, there's a lot of people out there that do like a network marketing company. They don't trade though. No. And then they position it like they do trade. Somebody laughing. I'm not trying to be funny, but it's true, because anybody who listens to this, again, I want them to get value. I want them to be able to get off of this, to be like, I'm gonna find a way to level up some way somehow. Sure. Mention that, like, what's like, I can give my take, but what's your take on like some of these things where it's like
our two worlds collide? Here we are, network marketing, trading, we collide.
I feel like it's like an ecosystem, bro. Because like the network marketing side and everything, like it actually like the people that actually do the network marketing side that has the business as trading as for like that product in a sense, because you have to have a product based off of an MLM. Right. It's an ecosystem for the main fact that it introduces people. You know what I'm saying? It's probably not the best introduction, but at the same time, it introduces people, which means that now they're in that world, right? Right,
and they kind of understand it a little bit.
Oh, no. Like, they in the world. Not as in the world. They're in the world. I said nothing about comprehension about that.
They're in the sky.
They're in the world, you know what I'm saying?
I should have comprehended what we do over here.
They sit there.
All that stuff,
They enter the atmosphere. They're not even on the ground. They're like, right.
Which means that like once they pretty much understand that like, damn, like this is not what I was expecting. Like, oh shit, they're not really making money on the charts like how I wanted to and that kind of stuff. All right, cool. Let me just venture off. But now I'm inside this world. I now have access to pretty much see these people that's pretty much in the world, but is you're really doing it or still a part of the MLM side?
Right.
Eventually they found out about me. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because I say eventually because people that's inside those MLM companies, they show off my profits. I get it. You know what I'm saying? They show off my profits and that kind of stuff to those people. So like, yo, like this is possible.
Right.
Not telling them that like I'm not associated with anything to deal with that, but at the same time, they're just showing them like, hey, like this is what trading can actually do for you, and this and that, this and that. You know what I'm saying? But it's cool because it always it brings the people that have the drive that you are looking for a person that wants to become like that kind of trader that you would expect. It brings them to us, but at the same time, like I feel as if my brand itself has gotten bigger over the time based off of those people that fell off of those MLM companies in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So like it's like I always say like they're hurt birds. You know what I'm saying? Because like, you know, it's like they
hurt birds
because I feel like this. Trading is supposed to make you like, you know, be that bird that you're supposed to fly as high as you fucking want to and everything else. But at the same time, like if you run into that MLM company, you're gonna be kind of hurt. And I'm that doctor that, you know, brings that bird up to life and just nurtures it.
What's the way when you shoot a ski? Shooting like that's what.
That shit also because it doesn't bring those skills that you talking about. Those 9 things. It doesn't apply to those things they don't learn. So
it doesn't exactly. So like actually just like. It's been, I said, like when I was doing like my in-person classes and everything else, like about 60% of the class, a lot of time they came from those MLM companies.
That's crazy.
Which is perfectly fine because now I have a full class of people that, you know what I'm saying, that actually want to learn the skill set.
Exactly.
But now they actually want to learn it. They actually really want to learn it, not learn how to recruit and that kind of stuff. They actually want to learn the skill set, which is perfectly fine with me because, like I said, it's an ecosystem. So, you know, we're both bringing value to a certain extent. Like, okay, cool. Like, if a person want to be a marketer, cool. But then be a fucking marketer.
Right. But don't position it as
so and so.
That we're doing this because we want to teach you how to trade. No,
correct.
They're positioning in a sense. No, we're kind of like we want to bring you into the atmosphere, but we really want you to recruit other people and bring them into the atmosphere.
That carrot of Forex in front of they
correct.
face.
Yeah, and that's why, like, you know, it kind of brings not always like. It kind of like makes the people that is really doing it and that kind of stuff, like it kind of rubs people the wrong way. Like, oh,
absolutely.
Like, oh, what rank are you? I'm like, the fuck do you mean? Like, what rank am I? Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. Like,
I didn't expect you to say it.
You know what I'm saying? So like rank. Like whenever
I'm rich. What do you mean rank? Like, yo, what do you rank?
Yeah, nah. Listen, like it's just like. And then whenever you kind of get hit with that, you're like,
how much
damn.
people you got on your team?
Yeah. Like, what team? What? What are you talking about?
Right.
Like, rank? Team? What team? Like, you know? What are you talking about?
Right.
Because I'm noticing now that sometimes people associate Forex with network marketing.
Yeah.
Like
that's the bad thing.
Right.
That's why like team rank. Like, what?
Just so y'all motherfuckers know out there, there's products. Not everything goes with network marketing. Network marketing is a business model. It's a strategy. Not everything that aligns with it is only network marketing. Because I think that's what people get.
And don't get me wrong. Like I have a lot of friends that do those companies and everything that are great. Like they're great at what they do.
Right.
Which you know I salute them 100%. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, like yo, listen, like on the opposite side, you know. You are gonna swindle a person into something that is not really being, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Correct. That wasn't the person's intention.
Correct. Yeah. But I mean, I get it. Like people got to eat, and you know, I support the hustle 100% all the time. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, a person's eventually gonna find out like, yo, like this is not what I was expecting, and then you know they fall off, and then eventually they find Wall Street Academy, and they find like the brands that I'm associated with, and then that's what it is. You know?
They build it from that.
Yeah, that's cool.
You gotta post a picture of Rick James and just after this,
Fact.
that is this. Come to me.
Yeah.
Fix that. Fix that
man.
wing of yours.
But it's important, man. Like, because the idea of wanting to learn how to trade, especially right now, is such a hot topic. And I really do think UQ are one of the reasons why it's such a big thing.
Yeah, he said they leverage him.
And it's I kind of wanted to bring that up because being in the network marketing industry, I understand how some people. I actually put up a post the other day, right? And I said, in network marketing, I was like, one of the bad things about network marketing is the fact that a lot of network marketers lie. Mm-hmm. They lie too much. And what happens is that they lie to bring you into the industry. That person now joins because of the lie. They have a bad experience because of your lie. And then all of a sudden now they quit, and then they look at the industry and say, the industry is fucked up.
Yeah.
No, you just got in with a liar. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You got connected to it with a liar. So when somebody says, man, I want to learn how to trade, a lot of people, one of the things I want people to differentiate, when we get off of this is, a lot of people are getting exposed to the idea in the world of trading actually through the freaking network marketing companies that are out there right now. Yeah. So to differentiate is like, first and foremost, you don't even need network marketing to learn how to trade. That's number one.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Number two, if learning how to trade is your goal, there are avenues out there that you can learn how to trade without needing network marketing. Correct. Mind you, I'm coming from the network marketing industry, and I'm saying that.
And I'll say it because, mind you, the first time we heard about the Forex industry, I'm gonna say when you go to Jamaica and you go into your hotel.
Okay, because I'm outnumbered. There's two Jamaicans to one right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You go into a hotel and you turn on the channel in the hotel, you're gonna see Forex. Like we know that's been around, but obviously the awareness isn't really there to know what it was.
Yeah.
But the first time we got introduced to it was, here's something you can do without the network marketing side. You don't have to recruit to do this, which is like, that's fire. But when we realized that it was necessary to do that, we kind of like, nah, because we already in that lane. We don't have to recruit to have the life we live. We wanted to learn the skill, but once we found out that it was kind of like a little swindle or switch bait, that's what they call it now, switch bait, some shit like that. It made us want to kind of like stay away from certain things. But as he say that, not all network marketers fucking lie. You understand what I'm saying? You got those people who lie because they need something from it. And us, honestly, I feel like I can't lie because I gotta go back home and see these faces. We grew up in these areas where you can't be out here lying to people because they're gonna catch you.
Yeah.
Right.
But a lot of them do lie because now they have social media and there's no proof.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Now for you, how do you show, because again, you have these crazy results. Do you feel like there's a lot of people also, let's say they're not necessarily, because you said there's cap out there, but you have a lifestyle now that is proven because like you said, your results come and you have this lifestyle. Is there anybody out there that you feel like you see it, they forcefully do that? They promote more the lifestyle just to get more people to learn from them. It's like a common thing. Marketing side.
It's a common thing because I mean, like a person can easily go at least like a Hurricane or some shit and then fucking just say, oh, listen, like I got this from so and so. All of a sudden they're selling courses. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So I'm about saying that's not network marketing, but they find a way to educate through selling courses.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then network marketing is same concept. Mm-hmm. Like they could easily rent, they could easily this, they could use that just for a temporary thing, but at the same time, like it would attract a certain person that is not used to seeing that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Like if the person comes from like a suburb or like certain like a neighborhood that, they don't see those kind of cars too often. You know what I'm saying? Right. Or graduated from a class that, no one has that kind of stuff. And then all of a sudden that person that graduated from that certain class is now driving this kind of car and this kind of car. Mm-hmm. They could easily capture all the people that they graduated with.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Just based off of them either not going to college or just doing something different that their people that they graduated with is not doing. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Easily just capture all the people. Because it's just different.
Because we know there's fucking people lying in network marketing. They talk about here's how you make six figures and they never done it.
Yeah.
So there's people out here here's how you trade. They just selling like the how-tos.
It's a common thing. It's a common thing, but I feel like it's a part of the ecosystem, bro. Like it's those people that are just bottom feeders You know what I'm saying? And there's people that are the big dogs. You know what I'm saying? The people that actually do the shit and actually demolish the industry. You know what I'm saying? But
do you think there's a way for people to avoid that in terms of like if somebody's watching? How would you call it out?
It's like saying the easiest sign is like saying the biggest sign is like if you go on a person's IG, like that's why like I have 3,500 photos on my IG. Scroll the fuck back. You know what I'm saying? If you only have 10 photos on your IG and it's all Lambo pics or this pics and that pics, like it's only showing like what's now. Like it's weird.
Ain't no
you know what I'm saying?
It's just after.
Exactly. It's weird. So I feel like just having a before and after is how you tell. You know what I'm saying? Not just having like the so-called results of something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's dope, man. I mean, we can go on and on, bro. We covered a lot for sure. If there's any parting words, man, that you wanna give to the people to get them closer to their goals and to their dreams, whatever it is, man. Let them know what it is.
I always say this, like have a vision for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Anything's possible at the same time, but you have to be able to put in that work ethic based off of that vision that you have. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't have like $1 million work ethic. What is it? $1 million work ethic in like a 9-to-5 type of mindset. Type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like think bigger. Think outside of that zone that you're currently in. You know what I'm saying? Just think that based on what you see that's currently around you is it's it. You know, it's definitely more to life than based off of what you're currently around.
Correct.
And once you actually get inside that other circle that you're not really used to, and then you're starting to see multiple millionaires and everything that's in the 20s and that kind of shit. Shit's not the same, you know what I'm saying? And knowing that not everybody that you come across is a mediocre type of person, you know what I'm saying? There's people that's actually doing shit, you know what I'm saying? So for the main fact that, you could be that person that, which is also a compliment also, like that you're driving a certain car, then they ask you, hey, like that's not your car, It's kind of a compliment too, because it kind of says that you stand out, you know what I'm saying?
Correct.
So overall goal is to always stand out, not blend in. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, extraordinary, exactly. Facts.
Stop being a bitch.
Stop being a bitch. Facts. You know what I'm saying? Just like, do different shit. You know what I'm saying? Take advantage of every single opportunity, even though it might sound sketchy or that kind of shit. Like, fuck it, try it.
Let's
see
why not?
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. G, any parting words, man?
Stop being Nah, hey man, appreciate you for coming through. Listen, we learned a lot. I know the people watching learned a lot, and regardless of what you do, I'm pretty sure there's always value, like we said. My parting words to you, like you said, man, don't be afraid of any process, man. No matter how old you are, you could be, because you started in 2000. How old are you now?
I'm 30 now, actually.
30? Yeah. And you started at 24?
No, I took it seriously when I was 24. I started when I was 20. I took it seriously when I was
10
24.
years.
Yeah.
10 years.
And I saw network market at 28.
26.
If you're in your 20s, you should be out here trying shit. Just keep trying. Failure is basically you can fail forward. But even for my people that's a little bit more seasoned in life, we ain't called y'all old, we're gonna call y'all seasoned. Keep trying, because you ain't going to no grave no time soon. I hope you don't plan to. So just going out there, my parting words is keep trying and learn from your mistakes, because you can always assess yourself and make those corrections along the way. Don't give up, man. Nobody said failing one time was enough.
100%.
Yes, sir. Q Banks, my brother, much appreciated. We're probably gonna have to do like a part 2 or sometime in the future, man. Yo, thank you for coming by. Episode 6 is a wrap. Jack's podcast. My man Q Banks, Gary Collins. Much love. Yes, sir.